Hello, and welcome back to Whole Lotta with Nathan and
Juice Stan.
yes. So it's been a while since our last episode. It's a little family vacations and stuff like that. Family time, vacation time.
Yes. Yes. Vacations, New Year, a bunch of stuff happened.
Yeah. So to start this episode off.
By ending the episode. It was a great episode to come back to, guys. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up. Not wasting your time.
Yeah. Especially the wasting time part. Now, what were you gonna say?
So for this episode, we are going to be having a few drinks for the new year.
Yes. We got some shooters. Think of this as an episode that should have come out around New Year's, but it didn't. So
yeah, the vacations were coming up, but we'll get back onto our consistent schedule now.
Yes.
So for the first drink we have is Captain Morgan, because that's
a classic.
Yeah, it's the one I usually go through. So we'll be comparing the rest of it kind of to this one. Mm-hmm. See how it goes.
Yes, very nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
I used to drink this back when I was, I had it first time when I was at least, I think I was like 6.
Perfect.
Coming out of 3rd grade, some guy in a trench coat was like, yo, you want some?
I don't think you'd be 6 in 3rd grade.
You know, it's fine. I don't know how geometry works.
All right, well, cheers.
Okay, cheers. This is going to taste great. Oh, it smells great. Wow.
Last minute loss since I took a shot.
Yeah. Feels bad. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, I kind of had it down to a T for a bit. A few years, take a shot of anything. Wouldn't feel
really?
It, yeah. But not anything.
Wow. What was your secret?
Do it a lot. Get used to it at some
point.
Yeah.
It's been a bit. Even the last time I went to a bar, I didn't even have any shots. So, yeah, I'm not missing this, man. That was terrible. How did it taste? It tasted like alcohol.
I definitely like it. Just enjoying it with a little bit of Coke instead.
Yeah. My days of drinking this straight up are long gone. Why did I ever do this?
It's not that bad.
It's okay. I know they have an 80%, I think it's 80% volume alcohol of just a regular rum. And I remember I accidentally took a sip of that one time and I felt like I was going to die.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it tastes like rum.
I will say, I think the strongest shot I had, I went to a bar with one of my buds. I was playing a game. I'm in the game. The rules we would play was if whoever lost buys shots for the guy they're playing with.
Yeah.
And they usually get to pick because they're buying, so they at least get to pick still. I chose Spiritus, I think it was.
Okay.
I took a shot of that, and it was a second there I really thought I was about to go blind.
Holy. Yeah. Oh, man. What? Did you ever find out how much alcohol was in it?
I think it's like... shit, let me look it up real fast.
Yeah, that's fine. While you do that, I will rate this one at number 1 because I don't have anywhere else to put it. Yeah, it's like, I mean, all hard liquor, I don't think this is a revelation to anyone, but all hard liquor tastes disgusting. I can't really discern too much of a difference between them because they all taste like wood cleaner.
It's tough when you're taking shots. But Spiritus, I'm looking up a few. I'm seeing like 96%, 192 proof, 95 proof.
Okay, it might be one of those liquors that are not made for drinking and made for like combining like Everclear.
I think I was talking with somebody about it, and I think that's the conclusion we came up to with. But still, I took that shot, and there was a second where I was like, I can't see. I think I just went blind.
Oh my God, that's
it was
nuts.
running through my head, kind of like Ralph even. They told him he was going to shoot his eye out. Like, that was in the back of my head, and I was like, damn, is this what did me in? This?
One shot?
And then, like, a couple, maybe like 1-2 seconds at most, realistically, is what passed, and I was like, hey, man, I think I'm going to call it there and just not take another shot of this one. Because this is one of those dangerous ones where at the end of the night, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I better...
Just like you and Hennessy, baby.
I better just stick with what I know.
This is fair.
Captain and Coke.
Okay.
Can drink that all night.
Where do you
get
put...
a nice drunk with that.
Yeah, it's easy to drink.
Yeah.
Where do you put this? Just by itself, though?
I put that at number 1. I don't really get shots of that. So.
No, yeah, I don't get shots of rum, and I definitely do not get shots of what we're drinking next. I don't drink it. So
I don't really drink any of the stuff that I bought. I don't know why I picked it. It was just like...
Because you're masochist.
Yeah, the rest of the stuff I kind of picked because it was the first things I saw that looked pretty good.
Sure.
I do. Well, I like... Kind of like one of them. Kind of don't really like the other. And one I haven't really tried before, so...
Okay.
We'll get to that later.
Fair enough. Yes. What are we getting to now, though?
So right now, as we mentioned, the New Year's. So how was your New Year's?
It was pretty good, I'd say. Yeah.
Nice.
Did my traditional going out to hibachi dinner with some family and family friends. We do that every year.
Sweet.
Took my girlfriend, and before that, I went to her house. Just
took a shit in her
celebration.
Toilet.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. I can't believe. Like, were you there, or how did you know?
Hey man, if you know, you know. That's why we've been doing this podcast for so long. Like, same mental wavelength.
Yeah, this is like the 8th year we're on the podcast. Yeah, no, that wasn't before. My apologies. That was after the dinner. I went to her house. Or was it before? I don't know.
I wasn't there. I didn't get the invite, I guess.
Okay, sorry. She says hi to everyone. She enjoyed being on the show, so that's good.
Nice.
Got a decent amount of listens on that episode, too. We're at 34.
Oh, that's it. So, we need a permanent woman on the show now.
Yeah, we need women. I forgot to put her tits in the thumbnail.
Shit.
So next time.
Yeah, let's hold off on that one. We don't want to build up the business too quick. Okay.
All right. This is true. Yeah, the faster.
We'll save
what's that saying?
Going down the hill.
Okay. Yeah. That could be our emergency strategy.
So you.
Yeah. New Year's was fine. I'm sorry, I cut you off. What were you saying?
I was gonna say something stupid like, "Hey, viewers, if you want to see that, you gotta pump up the numbers." Then all at the same time drop off. Okay.
Yeah, you have to rug pull podcast. Yeah. Pump us and then just stop listening to us. And then we'll start putting tits in the thumbnail. How was your New Year? Mine was fine. I enjoyed it.
I had a pretty quiet New Year's this year.
Okay, go on as I try to finish this shot.
I didn't really make too much plans. It kind of snuck up on me faster than I thought it would. So... Try at night with the family. Stayed up, saw the New Year's in. It was nice though.
That's good.
Yeah. It's been a while since
I've
had New Year's with my family.
Oh. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any special food or drink or anything?
Nah, we just stayed up. I think we might have had some champagne left over from Christmas. I can't remember if we drank that or not.
Okay. Not bad.
Yeah, but it was so nice.
That's very good.
Yeah.
I haven't had champagne. No, I think we had champagne.
That's what you use for
mimosas,
usually drink
right? Well, I don't know.
I think so. I think that's why we had it for Christmas.
I'm curious. Do you use champagne for mimosas? You said Christmas?
Yeah, because we at my family would do the Christmas breakfast, so we had mimosas with that, and then we'll go to my aunt's house for the Christmas dinner.
Oh, yeah. It looks like you use champagne. It seems like sparkling wine is the thing.
Okay.
And then people say
sorry, my bad then.
cava or prosecco. I don't.
Yeah,
really know what those
prosecco is
are, but
usually. I just know the
what
name.
is that?
It's
Yeah, I just know the name.
prosecco. Goes with the mimosas.
Okay.
Dingus.
Oh, good. Thanks. Okay, sounds pretty decent. Now, alongside of our New Year, there was Lunar New Year. Well, I guess everyone's New Year. There was also Lunar New Year.
Yeah. Big Chinese celebration.
Yes, this is very true.
I have some family that celebrate it, and I have some family. You bring it up to them, they'll tell you, we don't celebrate that. We celebrate Lao New Year, which is in like April.
That's cool. What do they do for Lao New Year?
Lao is the same thing everybody does for the other 2 New Years. A lot of partying and drinking. Yeah.
There should be a New Year where you don't do any partying and drinking. Really switch it up.
That's stupid. You freaking commie. Nah, I'm joking. But this year's the year of the rabbit, so
it is.
Can't wait to see all the new hairs that are born this year.
Yeah, the new hairstyles.
I don't know who else is a rabbit. I didn't look into that. I just know I am a rat.
Yes, you're a rat, and I am a ox.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. So that's cool, I suppose.
I don't know. No, in my family, we kind of celebrate Lunar New Year's or Chinese New Year's.
Do you do anything like different for that?
Not
versus
too much. We're not. We have some family that celebrated it like a lot, like actually celebrate it, so they'll do a party at their house. And if they do that, we'll go over there. At least my parents will. Okay. And if I'm here, I would go with them.
Okay.
And then, when I was young, that's probably one of the times we would go into Philly with the rest of the family as an excuse to party. So they would use the Chinese New Year's from my dad's side of the family.
Okay.
So I got the little red envelopes filled with money, and as a kid, that was pretty cool. A little cash.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
New Year's money. I like that. As a kid, I liked that.
Yeah. We like getting new money for the new year.
Yeah. Well, that's what they do. They'll give kids money.
Okay. That's not bad.
It's like one of the traditions.
Pretty decent. Okay. Shoot. Anything else interesting to talk about in here?
Sorry, about what we usually do. We'll just have Chinese food for the Chinese New Year's usually.
Okay, that tracks. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Not bad.
Yeah.
Sounds nice. Sounds quiet. I like it. It must have been nice seeing your family again, or at least for that,
Yeah, well, we didn't do that this year. This year, the people that would usually have the parties, they weren't doing it. I think the one family, I'm not sure about the others. I think they just get together for different things now. I think a lot of the people that celebrated the Chinese New Year's either moved or something, but then the one family, they're an older couple. Okay. And I think they were still from COVID not wanting to do something like that. So it was just me at home, my parents, and then my sister came over, had some of the grandparents come over too, so.
I understand.
Yeah.
Very cool. Not bad.
It's not too bad.
No, not too bad at all. Let's see. I don't really think. Yeah, I don't have too much else to say. I don't know if you have anything else.
Yeah, I think we can. Say it's a good time to take the next shot.
Yeah, we'll get drunker quicker. There's no way. Just I cannot finish these.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna finish all of them, but
No,
I'll
I
try my
finished the
best.
rum one,
May as well just finish them
but
all. For the
okay,
second
good luck.
one, I think we should do the Jack Daniels.
Oh boy, if that didn't tip you off, we're now on to whiskey. I think whiskey is probably my least favorite liquor. There's no redeeming qualities to the flavor to it, and if you're one of those people that can it's like a professional whiskey taste tester, and it's like I'm getting top notes of butthole. I think you're full of
All right, hey
bull
Justin,
poo poo.
slow your
Yeah.
roll. You're losing all of our views.
Hold on, let me get to point B. I would love to be proven wrong. Please contact me and tell me your secrets because I know you're seeing something I'm not.
I will say, so we got Jack Daniels Tennessee whiskey.
Yes.
I'm not usually a huge fan of this. I think it's
Okay.
Jim Beam is the one I really don't like though, so this shouldn't be too bad.
Okay.
But I do have to say, Jack Daniels, if you're looking for a whiskey you might like, they have like a Tennessee honey whiskey.
I've been told it's good.
Yeah, I've had it before. It's good. It's smooth. It's a real good one if you want to take shots or just sip on it. So if you get the chance, that might be worth a try.
Okay.
This is just regular Jack Daniels we're going to be doing, though.
Yep, and I'm not going to take a smell. It's just going to make it worse. Oh, God, here we go. Oh. Oh, I hate it. Oh. Oh my God.
It wasn't too bad. Pretty smooth.
Oh, yeah, really smooth.
Better
really
than
good.
the Captain Morgan's for a shot at least.
Yeah, I'm getting smoky top notes. It's very full bodied, and it's exiting with lavender. So.
Yeah, I don't think you know what you're talking about, bud.
All right, where do you put this on your list?
I think I'd actually put that at number 1. I don't know if it would be my usual drink, but if I would take a shot of something, probably this over the Captain Morgan's.
Wow, impressive. Yeah, it's gonna be number 2 for me.
You might not be happy with the next 2.
No, I won't. But that's okay because I will be happy with the next topic of Gamer Biz. Would you like to be more specific?
So, Gamer Biz, I found an article by GameIndustry.biz. Mm-hmm. And they kind of do like a 2022 wrap up of some of the. They just found some numbers throughout the year involving video games. So we'll go through that list and share that information with you.
Yes. Would you like to start, or would you like me to start?
You can start at the top.
Yeah, sure. So the top, it's a big list broken up into different categories shown by graphs and tables. And we're probably not going to talk about all of them, but the first one that we will talk about is the global games market value. So what that means is in 2022, how much money was generated through the video gaming industry and what categories generated that money. So I'll start with the top left. We have console games at $51.8 billion.
That makes up 28% of the total revenue for 2022.
Read the number.
Yeah.
What is the total?
The total revenue for 2022, so you don't have to do the math, is $184.4 billion, which is down, I think, from last year by about 4.3%.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
So in that case, the console games market is down by 4.2%. Next up, clocking in at the smallest piece of the pie is browser PC games, which is an odd phrasing. I don't know if they literally mean browser PC games.
Just browser PC games, because I think something like RuneScape.
Yeah.
You can get it on Steam now, but that was a browser PC game. So that was at $2.3 billion.
Yes, and it's down 16.7%.
Yeah, and then the next one was download it / boxed PC games, so just PC games, not browser.
Yeah.
And
and how much?
That was came in at 38.2 billion, which is 21% of sales. That one actually went up by 1.8%. It kind of makes sense. I feel like I see more people heading towards PC gaming.
Yes. I agree. Earlier when you were like, oh, I didn't think PC was doing so.
Yeah, I
just thought of that
more
1%.
people were into it, but
this is more than I expected. I literally thought it was just the 1%. Okay, and the last one is mobile gaming, which unsurprisingly is the leader at a 50% share of that pie, clocking in at 92.2 billion, which is an incredible number, and it's still down from last year or whatever by 6.2%. So
yeah,
that's a lot of
makes sense because even without knowing like a dollar amount, I knew that a lot of the reason companies would cater towards the mobile side of the business was because it just rakes in the money. Like everybody has a phone. So if you can just find something to throw into that market to be able to make a few dimes and pennies from it.
This is true. You are very much correct. Just remember Diablo Immortal. I mean, it had...
We didn't even talk about that on a podcast, and that was highway extortion.
Yeah, I mean, it had the most egregious tactics to get money out of any product I've seen in a while. But the thing is, it worked. I'm pretty sure that game got like millions of dollars in revenue or something like that.
Yeah, because I think you might have started the article too, but they said something like $23,000 to max out a character.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. How could I forget?
So if you haven't heard about it, that's like somewhere between 30 to like 70% of most people's yearly income to max out a character before they update it and make you obsolete again.
Yeah, exactly. Unbelievable. But it is what it is. Let's move to the next
so real quick, the next one is just Box Force Digital. And yes. Digital is killing, like, going to the boxed, as in, like, going to the store and buying the physical copy of the game. So digital, absolutely killing it. 94% of games are digital. And, about 6% is boxed.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
It's about 10.7 billion for boxed, compared to 173.8 billion for digital sales.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, I knew it was happening. It sucks. A little bit sucks, but
yeah, I'm very much still into physical games
just like
if I can. I mean, obviously, I have a Steam. And that's all digital, but yeah, having that copy, it's how I grew up, so that's how I am now, I guess. It's just nice, especially for like a special edition. If you're dropping a couple $100 in some mega ultra edition on a game and all you're gonna get is the codes and digital content, it's just no, it doesn't feel right. There needs to be some real tangible
just my
object.
Skyrim. I was old enough that I was 8. I'm just saying this because I know there's some young people out there. Mm-hmm. I was old enough to pre-order Elder Scrolls Skyrim when it first came out. Mm-hmm. I got a nice little map of Skyrim. It didn't even have like all the little spots on it. It's just a nice little map, kind of like you would see in the game. And I still appreciate that.
Exactly.
It's just a little bit higher quality. It wasn't even like great quality paper. It was just a little bit higher quality paper than usual, like printer paper. Mm-hmm. I'm still like, I I would rather have it than not. So, because it was still the same price. They just gave it to you because you pre-ordered it.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's also cool to have like a physical object for a game, a digital product in your life. It's just neat.
But moving on, we'll just go over. We got the top selling boxed games of the year, so physical copy games.
Yes.
We'll name. They have 3 countries on here. We'll name the first game on that list for each of the countries. United Kingdom's number 1 boxed game, physical copy, was a FIFA.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Japan, Splatoon 3. Mm-hmm. United States, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yes.
But I need to point out, as a Nintendo fan, Nintendo really dominated the lists for the United Kingdoms and Japan.
Yeah, especially Japan. But yeah, United Kingdom too. I see this.
Not so much the United States.
No.
United States, you have a lot of sports games, though, compared to the other countries.
You do.
You got Madden at number 3. FIFA 9 and MLB number 10.
Yeah.
A lot of Pokemons, too, though, so...
Yes. Lego Star Wars at number 4 for the US is kind of crazy.
I don't think it is. I think it makes sense.
I just mean, like,
think about this. It's boxed, physical copies.
True.
It's gonna be a more normal gamer, not the people that say they're like super hardcore gamers and like kids and stuff. So.
Yeah, I suppose that helps. I was thinking it was just solely based off of nostalgia, but
for America,
yeah.
I bought it for that reason.
Oh, really?
Yep.
There you go.
I don't regret it though.
No, it's a great game. It's very fun.
Real quick, we'll go with some of the other things. Metacritic, their number 1 game, Elden Ring, at 96%.
Yep.
Their least rated game for, I guess, of 2022 that they did was Postal 4 No Regrets at 30. New IPs versus new releases.
Yeah, this is cool.
So they have Sony, Xbox, Nintendo, EA, Take-Two, Ubisoft, and Blizzard.
Yeah.
That is 1, 2, 6, 7 companies, and of the 7 companies, only 3 actually had new IPs. So like new ideas, completely brand new games.
Yeah.
Nintendo, for example, had 10 games out this year, and they're all some type of addition or remake of prior games they had, basically.
Yeah.
I pointed them out because that was the highest number. Xbox was killing it, though. For new releases, for new IPs, so for new games from them.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, not bad.
And then
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised about that too, but it does make sense if you think about what Xbox has. Actually, that doesn't make too. I'm not sure.
No, they got
because they've
got a lot of
Xbox,
studios,
right? Sorry,
they released
I'm sorry. Halo.
Yeah.
That's a new release, but not a new IP.
This is true.
Was that 20? Yeah, no, that was last year. Yeah.
Yeah, last year.
I guess it's not technically out though, so I think it's still.
What do you mean?
I think it's still in like how Steam will sell some games that aren't full release yet, type of thing.
I
think it's technically in that category.
I understand.
Real quick, I want to go with some of the mobile market stuff.
Yeah, go for it.
So as far as like countries that download games, India is at number 1. But when you go to countries that spend games on their mobile market, they completely fall off the list. And I don't mean to just point out India, because the 4 of the 5 top countries, the list only goes up to 5 on what we have. 4 of the top 5 countries to download mobile games are not on the top spending countries. Only the USA remains on both of those lists.
Wow. Look at us go.
And then the last thing I think really worth mentioning is that the top YouTube influencers, I guess, is what they're calling it.
Yes, for gaming.
All 5 of them, we looked this up before the episode, which is one of the reasons I want to mention this, because we looked at it. The top 5 that were the 5 they put on this list for all kids YouTubers. AFMAU came in at number 1.
Yeah, APHMAU.
Yeah, they all pretty much had Roblox or Minecraft, something like that.
That's why I've never heard of them, because they're for kids.
Yeah. I guess I'll go over the list. It's AFMAU, Kompot, which is, I think, a Russian guy. Then Flamingo, Lanky Box, and It's Funny.
Yeah, those are all the people.
Yeah. But so moving on.
Yes.
Which one do you want to do next? I think we should do I'll let you pick.
Topic here?
The next shot.
Oh, the next shot. My
Yeah,
bad.
we're still doing that.
Yeah, kind of forgot about that.
Nice try, Justin,
God,
but
I don't
that's how
know.
this podcast works.
Great. Let's do Johnny Walker.
Got the black label.
Yeah.
So with Johnny Walker,
Black Label
I
Classic
know
model.
there were a few different labels. There's like black, blue, red, I think a green maybe. I do not know which one, what the order is for which one's supposed to be better.
I see.
I can't remember that off the top of my head.
Okay. That's all right. I forgive you. All right, if I can open this.
All right.
Oh, I can't seem to open it. Well, what are you thinking?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, well, I said that, like, I don't know if it's something I would usually take a shot of still.
Sure.
Has a strong flavor to it. I do like it more than the Jack Daniels,
Okay.
but that wasn't too bad.
All right. I mean, I hated it, but we're here. Where would you put it?
I think I would actually put it at number 1.
Oh. Can I tie all of these for last? I don't know. I guess I'll put it at number 2. Or number 3. No, number 2. Oh yeah.
So what's your order so far?
What have we done? Oh yeah, we've only done the 2. We did number 1 is Captain Morgan, and number 2 is Black Label, and then we did Jack Daniels,
Yep.
right? Yeah, I'll put that at number 3, I guess.
So I think my list would be Johnny Walker Black Label number 1. Just smooth. It had like a little bit of a nicer aftertaste. Number 2, Jack Daniels, smooth for a shot. I'm usually not a big fan of the flavor of Jack Daniels though.
Okay.
And number 3 was Captain Morgan. I like drinking it. I don't know if I would do shots of that one. Maybe because it's been a while, but that one went down pretty rough.
It did really, yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
Put some hair on the chest.
Yeah,
Really
I suppose
turning
it
you
did.
into a pirate.
You know what the next thing on our list will put? Well, it will put hair on your chest. Do you know what it is?
I do not. What is it?
It's called
Oh my
Fortnite.
god,
Okay.
what?
Yeah, it's a new game. Really underground. It's Fortnite. We're back. We're talking about it. We talked about it. I think I don't know,
When
5
was
or
the
6
last time you
episodes ago.
played it?
Last time we played it, it's been a while. It's been at least like a month or
I was
two.
gonna say because they had updated it a bit since then.
Yeah, I've seen footage of this bird that can
Yeah,
like
I think the
pick
bird
stuff up.
is better if you're playing with squads than single player.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because what it does, you can kind of control it like a UAV, but then you're not controlling your character. So as you're flying it, you can use it to pick up items. If you're down an enemy, you can pick them up with it. If you put your mouse cursor over an enemy, it marks them. So it's pretty good for recon. I guess if you see a good item, you can get that too. But I don't like it in single player because it would take up one of your slots, and it leaves you pretty vulnerable.
I see. Plus, it's just without squads, there's a lot less messing around you could do with it since it's just one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've also added,
yeah, it's been a while since we.
I think a few
No, I'm sorry.
weapons too.
Have they taken any away? They've just added on.
No, they didn't take any away. They added a few more. They added the burst AR, kind of trash.
Yeah.
The heavy shotgun.
Okay.
If your aim is spectacular, you can do some work with it.
All right.
But if you miss, you're gonna just miss completely. There was no shotgun spread on that.
Okay.
And then they have new augments, the abilities you can add to your character.
That's cool.
I don't know what all of them are. I haven't gotten all of them yet.
Sure.
But a lot of them seem to have to do with healing yourself. Like, I think my favorite one, which I've only gone in once for some reason, is that I think it's with shotguns only, but your shotguns heal you as you hit people.
That's cool. That's actually cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, I suppose something we should have mentioned before we started talking about this is if you couldn't already tell, we like the game because I think back when we first talked about it, it was towards the beginning of us picking it back up.
Been in the first episode.
No way. That's crazy.
Not sure. I have a list of topics that we've talked about. I did not go back to the first episode yet.
Well, I mean, it could be. I don't remember, but I do remember us talking about it when we first started playing it. Now we're very much into it since then. And yeah, I love it. I never thought I'd say that, but I really never thought I'd say that. It's weird.
It's really not a bad game.
I love it.
Just because it's free and it runs. This season, it's had a lot of issues running. But
yeah, is it still? It's
gotten a lot better, but every now and again, at least more often than before, you will get hiccups in it that just.
The engine switch has not been as smooth as I hoped.
But if you have a computer that can run graphics at high,
it looks great. It's
the most beautiful game, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's really, really beautiful.
I can't run it that high. I've seen a couple of the streamers I like. They can put it on high. And even just from that, like we're playing the same game on the same patch. And it looks completely different.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this new season so far?
Well, I mean, I haven't played it recently, but from starting out, I mean, I like the characters that are in the battle pass.
Yeah, the battle pass is so much better.
Yeah,
They have
gosh.
a Doom
It's
guy in this
yeah,
battle pass, and eventually
it's
they'll have
pretty nice.
Geralt from The Witcher.
Is that still not out yet, or is that out yet?
I think that's about 2 more weeks, 1 more week before it comes out.
And how long is the? I'm sorry to delay, but how long does the season last for?
March
More days left.
10th, I think, is the
All
day.
right, I've got time.
Got time.
Um, yeah. So the battle pass is cool this season.
Yeah.
The map refresh so far from the matches I've played it's been fine. I like it.
It's
It looks cool.
generally good. I do miss having cities to fight in. There's not too many cities to fight in.
Yeah,
It's a lot
it's very
more
much
open.
open. Yeah.
Maybe that's because of the
Um,
new engine, but
I don't know. Beats me. Yeah, I mean it looks nice, just not even from like a graphic standpoint, just like the design of the map. It's nice.
then I will say this: you've tried the new hammer they added, the like shock hammer or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that thing needs to go.
Really?
It's so annoying when you're playing and like you can completely like your aim is 10 times better than the next guy. Then he
Yeah.
just hits you with that hammer. And it's like, alright, like now I don't know what the fuck to do.
Sure.
I maybe like there's definitely some skill difference right there. The fact that I got hit by that hammer at all is indicative of that, I would think.
Yes.
But like when I get a guy running like double hammers against me, it's a completely different game. Like
Yes.
when it comes down to aim, I usually win. When it comes down to those fucking
Yes.
hammers, it's the most annoying fucking thing ever.
I can imagine.
Yeah. I'm ready for them to leave.
Yeah, I mean the hammer battles too, where it's like two people
Yeah.
hammering each
So
other.
what the hammer
that's a
does,
sentence.
it has a mobile ability, but you can use it to bounce around the map to get around quicker, a little bit better. This is okay because you need some type of mobility in this game to mix it up, bring in some skill to the game. But I guess the main ability is that you can use it to smash the ground. Will usually do 75 damage and send you flying backwards. Take you out of your aim down sight screen, and you're just flying vulnerable in the air, going whichever direction you got hit in. It's annoying.
Same goes for the enemy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Also, if you haven't seen, they added a shield to the game.
Like the bubble shield, or
It's a shield. You can throw it to set up a shield wall, or you can hold it and have a shield wall that's on your character.
Oh.
I don't know if you can shoot through it, but it blocks every shot, and it's if you do it right, it's pretty good.
Okay, not bad. I'm intrigued to see that. Yeah, I want to play it again. I haven't played it in a little bit. I'd like to get back to playing it. And yeah, I mean, as long as I keep no builds, because that's what me and Nathan play, I'm very much satisfied. I quite like the game without all that crazy stuff, which is hilarious because I'm always complaining about how arena shooters are dying because there's this, skill cap and lots of moves to learn, but I'm complaining about an advanced movement in a kid's game. Whatever.
Yeah, right. What the fuck, Justin? Although I'm pretty sure
Sorry,
that
I'll
was me
retire.
complaining, but
Yeah, I would like to play it again soon. I very much enjoy the game, and I've evolved. I have a very interesting timeline with this game, and I definitely wasn't liking it when it was in full BR swing. So I am very surprised at how much I like it. Anything else you'd like to share?
I think that's it for me.
Okay, well, you're fired.
Shit.
So good luck.
Thanks.
Have fun.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, bye. So now that he's gone, let's move on to our last delicious, wonderful liquid. And what is this liquid?
It's Tullamore Dew.
Never heard of it.
It's an
It's
Irish
Irish.
whiskey.
Ooh.
Yeah, when I was buying it, we got a bunch of shooters. They were behind the counter, so I kind of just picked the first four that I saw.
Okay.
Which is why we ended up with 3 whiskeys, because at least the Johnny Walker and the Jack Daniels, I recognized the name, so I picked those ones. Same thing with Captain Morgan. And then I think I might have had Tullamore before, so I was like, let me go with that one. Because it shouldn't be too bad.
Okay. Well, cheers. Oh my god, it smells awful. Why did I smell it? I hate this stuff. I'm done. I quit.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I love how you take a sip and then there's like a 30-second pause, and then you're like, yeah, it was okay.
Well, I think the ham and four shots is catching up to me.
Yes, sir. I didn't even take 4. Unfortunately, I wish, but where would you? How would you rank?
I think I put that at number 3.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. My final ranking is Captain Morgan, even though it ironically went down the worst, but it's just the one I'm most acquainted to. Captain Morgan, Jack Daniels. I'll do Black Label 3 and Tullamore 4.
I think my list would be Johnny Walker Black Label number 1. I think I enjoyed that one the most. Went down smooth. It had a good aftertaste to it, I feel like. Then Jack Daniels went down smooth. Didn't mind the taste. Tullamore is 3. I did think it went down smooth as a shot. But there was something about the taste of it I didn't enjoy too much. I'm not sure what it was. There's something I wasn't a big fan of.
Yeah, it's got a yeah, it's just not good.
I mean, I don't think it was bad. I would, if I had to, I would do another shot of it. I wouldn't mind paying for another shot of it.
That's crazy because I would.
Well. And then Captain Morgan that for it just because it went down a lot harder than the other shots. But
That was our first shot too.
I'm gonna say this: the 3 whiskeys, they were the same price for the shooter. And the Captain Morgan was about half as much.
Oh, okay.
So the shooters for the other ones was like something like $3.50, something like that. Captain Morgan was about $1.50 for the shooter or something like that from the liquor store. So maybe the Captain Morgan's better because you can get twice as much.
Oh boy, I don't know. Well, something that can be better is not real life, and usually, not real life is considered, Nathan,
fantasy.
Yeah, it's fantasy. There's Final Fantasies. There's I don't remember any other titles with the word fantasy in it. Let's talk about fantasy. Like, what's your favorite? I guess I'll ask, what's your favorite medium to consume fantasy in? And by fantasy, we mean like any sort of fantasy, medieval, Lord of the Rings, fantasy, like high fantasy.
Well, I guess Lord of the Rings is high fantasy, but I think
excuse me,
maybe like a movie just because they do it well in movies. Sometimes TV shows like Game of Thrones, I generally like that one. Some people don't like it.
You did or you didn't?
I did. I didn't get a chance to finish it. But from what I've seen, I think I'm on season 5 or season 6. Something like that. And I've enjoyed every season so far. I haven't really seen as big of a fall off at that point as some people would say that the Game of Thrones has had.
Yes, I know people say that it do be having a fallout.
Yeah, I haven't watched that last season, which is where a lot of people were just like, they threw it all away. It's not good anymore.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that new series they have on HBO yet. But I do like Game of Thrones. That show is fucking awesome.
That's awesome. I'm really glad you like it. I have yet to see it.
If you want it, I have it. So I can let you watch it from there.
Oh, okay. I might take you up on that.
Yeah. I also like Lord of the Rings, though.
Would you believe it if I told you I've only seen the first one?
That's crazy. Because it only gets better.
Yeah. I know, that's what I'm told. There's nothing against it. I keep forgetting.
We'll have to do a little projector movie night sometime.
Yes, we've been meaning to do that since you came back.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, I guess to answer my own question, honestly, I'd probably say movies are probably my favorite. Honestly, games might be my least favorite. I've never really liked high fantasy too much. I guess more high fantasy.
I guess that's kind of
especially
interesting.
Medieval fantasy.
Yeah.
At least as a kid, that's how it was. I got sick of that very quickly. Now, as a somewhat adult, I could tolerate it more. It doesn't bother me at all like it used to when I was a kid. But I still wouldn't consider it like my all-time favorite. And I guess the reason why I say games might be my least favorite is because I guess I'm dumb, and it's really easy for me to get lost in a high fantasy story with all the different names and languages and whatnot. My brain just kind of shorts out. And usually with a game, I have to consume a lot more of that rather than like a 2-hour movie, something like that.
Yeah.
So I guess it's more digestible for my brain.
I can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
At some point for me though, I feel like I'm just not going to remember all of it, so I don't. And generally, at least by looking at faces, I'll be able to be like, yeah, so this is what's going on.
Sure.
And right now, especially, I've been on a bit of a fantasy kick for some reason. I don't know why this time, but I know usually I'll watch an anime that takes place in fantasy, or even watching Game of Thrones. And immediately, my first instinct is hey, this shit is dope. I gotta play the game. I gotta play a game like this now. Which is why recently I've been going back to The Witcher 3. I haven't really gone into that game too much, but I've been playing it a lot more recently, and I've been loving it because every mission comes with a story. That is just awesome. So much is going on. So much detail is in every even the side missions have so much going on with it. It's hard to go on with that game.
I understand.
Have you played that game much?
No, I haven't even played it at all. Oh. I know that's crazy.
You should.
I have it.
Look at Steam right now. Oh, you have it?
Yeah, I have it. There's no excuse.
Do you have it on Steam?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I bought The Witcher 3. I bought just The Witcher 3 thinking I would buy the DLC later.
Yeah.
I don't have to do that. They just gave me the DLC for free.
Oh, what? They just upgrade you to the Game of the Year?
Yep, and they did the same thing to you too. I think they did that for everybody.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so now's a good time to
back when CD Projekt Red was reputable.
Yeah. Well, I think that's pretty recent too, though.
Oh wow.
I think, hey, you're gonna talk shit about the company because of Cyberpunk, but I think they wanted another 1 to 2 years to release the game, and they get the opportunity for that.
Maybe. I mean, hey, I could be wrong, but with the fact, well, I guess I can't call them facts if I don't know they're true. With the items that I've been presented, I don't like them, but that's okay.
I mean, they've been updating,
That's
yeah.
okay.
All right, whatever. But back to fantasy.
Back to fantasy.
I think
Where do you draw the line? Like, what isn't considered fantasy for you anymore? Because I know there's some things that could be like, I don't know. Do you call Star Wars fantasy? I guess you could, right?
I would call that more sci-fi than fantasy.
True. I guess, yeah. Yeah, I suppose you're
Yeah,
right.
I think fantasy has a pretty good line of something medieval based, even though like Dune is kind of medieval based, but you know that takes place in the future and is more sci-fi like. I
Yeah.
think generally fantasy more swords, shields, and magic.
Yeah. Sure.
Um, with fantasy, though, I think one of my favorite things that like mediums of fantasy that I've I guess ingested was
Okay.
of Grimgor and Ashes. It's an anime, Grimgor and Ashes. Came out a while ago. I liked it because it was like an isekai. No,
Okay.
you die, go into another world type of
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
And so that happened to the main characters, but they didn't go into that new world just completely overpowered. They were just regular people, and they had to figure it out. And it took them a while, but they're figuring it out, and they're learning how to adapt to the new world, how to use the powers from that world that they have in that world to their advantage, and they're like figuring it out step by step. But the biggest thing about it is I read some of the light novel that the anime is based off of. And if you read light novel number 3, it works itself into a castle siege. And that castle siege is the coolest thing ever.
Ooh.
Just like they go into all these details about how they do it. Like they take a chapter to break from the main character. Cause like the castle siege, the main characters are rogues, basically. Rogues
Okay.
slash mercenaries. A country with their own established army hired a bunch of the rogues to flank the castle with ladders and climb over the walls while
Okay.
the main army stormed through the front gate, broke the front gate down, and came through that way. So they took a chapter to break from the main characters climbing over the side walls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Went over to the main army and talked about like, hey, we're the main army. We hate our general because he's a coward that like stands in the back, will never fight with the front line. And so as we're breaking down the wall to the main castle, we're just chanting like, hey, fuck our general. Fuck our general. Because he's just being a coward sitting in the back while these dudes are doing all the tough work. And he has like 500 healers for himself, like 1,000 knights to protect him. And everybody else is like risking their lives. And like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And he's doing it purely because he's a coward. Like he's a nobleman's son that was given the position he's in through connections. And I was just like,
Oh.
this is fucking cool.
Yeah.
So if you get the chance, Grimgor and Ashes, late novel number 3, you don't need to read
Is this
the.
something that was I'm sorry, is this something that was made recently or
It was a while ago, maybe 8. Oh, jeez. I guess now it'll be about 8 years ago.
that's not terrible.
It's not, but it's a lot longer when you say it out loud and think about it.
Yeah, that is quite a long time. Okay. Continue what you were saying. I'm sorry.
I was saying that you probably don't have to read the first two novels to really appreciate that third one with the cool ass castle seats.
Okay, fair enough. That's awesome. I might have to check this out. I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, it was a pretty small anime, I think. From what I saw, it got its funding because an anime studio sort of their main thing was that they were good at doing music, and they wanted to showcase how good their music was through the anime. And that's why it really got its funding.
I see.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. Well, I like you too, Nathan.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. You know what else I like?
What?
Endings. Like the end of this episode.
Everything has to end eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame, but it is how it is. Well, I guess, it's cool to be back. Get back into the swing of our normal, or whatever you classify normal as, upload schedule. Super Seal Man 777, the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel.
What's the Twitter channel?
Oh, we have a Twitter? That's crazy. It's almost like no one follows it. It's at whole lot of PC on Twitter. Frankfurt people, you're still the top city, bang that shit, as the kids like to say. Yeah, that just about does it. Yeah, go to my YouTube channel, watch some stuff. I just made a video.
Nice.
Nathan, we still have to become e-pals.
That's true. We gotta do that still.
Yeah. And, I hopefully we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for listening.
Have a good night.
All right, have a good one.